Hey, everybody. I hope you're having a great morning. I am. My name's Amit. I'm the CEO of Tallyfy. What we do is we help mid-sized companies scale their operations. Now, when you think about business processes, those ugly flowcharts that nobody follows, we make those flowcharts easy to follow, which means we can track what people are doing, how, and make it easy for them to do what they need to do so that your business can scale consistently. So that's what we do. This year alone, we did $600K in pilot revenue. So what we do with mid-sized companies is we charge them a one-off pilot fee. That tells us they're serious. And then when that pilot succeeds, they go into SaaS, monthly recurring revenue. All these pilots are still running. One of them's gone into production, so we're doing 5K MRR right now. And we also had Fortune 500 companies sign up accidentally. We didn't really go after them. We go after mid-sized companies. But there's traction amongst very large companies, too. The need here is that you need a tool. You need to stop using Excel and email for things where you don't have a tool. So there's 80% of business processes don't have a tool. You use CRM for sales, you use Xero for accounting, et cetera, et cetera. But there's things that are too small, too unique, too specialized to buy a separate tool for. And the nightmare for IT is supporting 100 SaaS apps that do 100 separate things, right? And one of the examples of these include employee onboarding or vendor onboarding and so on. If you're a mid-sized company, you want one thing that does all of these things. So we consolidate any workflow into a single app. And the way people do it now is they make flowcharts, which nobody follows, and they do it through email and documents, which is painfully obvious in terms of tracking and so forth. Now, the legacy way that this is addressed today is called BPM, Business Process Management. It's a $30 billion sector. It's governed, SAP, Oracle, et cetera, have BPM solutions. We're 500 times faster to build a process, 100 times cheaper. It's basically light years ahead of process management today. An example is that if you're in a marketing agency, you want to onboard clients, you see a dashboard, who's where, who has a problem, how far are we, what do we need to do next, who's doing it, just a simple view. It's a manager's dream. You wake up and you just know what to do. It's brilliant. We're also building natural language processing, so we're taking all of this into a bot. So you can do a process in any chat environment, Slack, Link, whatever. And we've just built stateful tracking in chat, which is the world's first. It knows where you are and knows how you're saying where you are, so that if you want to go back, you can do it in natural language, which has actually never been done before. We also, because we track what people do, John did this and Mary did this, we actually know how long it takes to do these processes. We're the only tool that tracks this incredible data, that visibility of how people are doing work in your company, which means for a process that you do 100 times a day, you have predictive abilities to know it's going to fail before it fails, before it's late. So we're using machine learning, Bayesian machine learning, to do that. And for managers, this is a dream again, because you don't want to know, when something's failed. You want to know before it fails. So this data is priceless. There is no visibility over it through email and documents right now. We have decades of experience in process improvement. I spent 10 years in process improvement with companies like Coca-Cola, Vodafone, and so forth. So did Pravina. Walker built and scaled President Obama's campaign site. We went through 500 startups, and now we're going through Alchemist Accelerator here in San Francisco. So that's it, Tallyfy. We are making real money, MRR's climbing, and we're getting traction without really even trying. And I think this is a really painful thing that people feel when they do a process at work every day, especially when it's in Excel or in a flowchart or in email. So thanks very much, Tallyfy.
Great, thank you, Tallyfy. Judges, comments?
What are the endpoints that you're supporting? I saw Slack, but what other endpoints do you support or plan to?
Great question. We support any bot, any chat platform at all, but we started with Slack. We're thinking about Cisco Spark as our next channel because they're helping us go to market, because they're trying to compete with Slack. We're also talking to Symphony, which is a financial chat platform that Wall Street uses to do chat. So we're trying to get into places that are niche beyond just Slack. And there's many chat platforms out there. So, yeah.
How long are the pilots going on for? before they convert to MRR?
Sure. The way a customer comes on is that they sign up by credit card. Then they need a little bit of handholding for a day or two. And then they get their boss to basically approve a pilot. The pilot can last 2 or 3 months. And this is really important. They're not just checking the app out. They're actually testing, does it solve a business problem? Does it really deliver benefits? And that's what the pilot does. So we make them tell us what the benefits are. So that's the length of time that it sometimes takes for pilots.
Could you contextualize this in the market around, Asana, Trello, other processes for tracking, or apps for tracking processes?
Yeah. I see the world in 3 buckets. There's productivity and to-do apps, like Todoist, Wunderlist, stuff like that, which is just single one-off to-dos, what I need to do. There's project management, which is Basecamp and stuff like that, which projects are not processes. Processes are repeatable workflows. If you imagine a purchase order approval, you do it 100 times a day. You don't do 100 projects a day. You do 100 approvals a day. So a process is something repeatable, and it's a whole separate category of product. And so the third sort of segment is that. That's the way we see it. And people can't do this at the moment in to-do apps because they do it repeatedly. And many people are involved. So the distribution of what you do is hard to track between people. So this class of products is called BPM solutions, and enterprises by BPMs already. It's a $30 billion market.
Great. Thank you, Tallyfy.
Sure.
Great.